Hi, it's David, and thank you for coming on to this podcast. And what I want to do over the next few minutes is really just give you an overview of my actual website for my photography business. And as part of my photography, I clearly take lots of images of people and events and all sorts of things such as product, fashion shoots, what have you. And that really does make good content for web pages. So given my background in IT, it was only logical that I should offer website services as well. And that includes not just the population of websites with content, but the design and the support of them as well. So that is why really you see here under my website, David P. Stewart Photography, not just a photography website, but the addition of website services as well. But I don't want to really focus too much on the website services just now. I really just want to look at the website as an entity. And what you see here is you've got banners in orange, and the nice thing about this orange is that it also carries forward into my gallery that Photoshoot provides me, that I can go on to an event, be able to populate the event gallery with photographs and videos, process them in Lightroom and other software so that people can actually go out and buy prints and download files, what have you. So in terms of a consistent look and feel and branding across various channels that not just includes the website but also social media, it all hangs together quite nicely. So I believe there's a fairly reasonably strong brand identity here. So what you've got here is you've got a fairly sophisticated and I would say heavy website. I've really let this website grow over time, really to accommodate not just my business interests but my personal interests as well. And you'll see in my website that there's a whole lot of genres that I'm involved in. I'm not just an event photographer or a natural history photographer or a fashion photographer. I really do span a lot of different genres, and I believe that the capability and the skills that you need for any one is transferable across others. So this is really what the challenge of this website is to communicate what I do, why I do it, why I'm interested in photography, and really what I can do for people, which is to create really good images that can be shared across websites and social media with friends and family so that memories are preserved. So what we've got here on the actual home page is we've got Caught in the Moment, and I think that sums up what I'm about quite nicely. Welcome to my website. You can see here through all the various sliders that I've got, examples of the work that I do. And these sliders are fairly easy to put into a website, but what they do give is a fairly dynamic feel to the website, that it's not static, it's moving forward, and it also gives the casual observer of my website a fairly good view of the quality and the diversity of my work, including the online marketing through tailored websites and content, what have you. You can see here skills training workshops, Facebook and across the various channels that we work with, SEO, search engine optimization, online marketing. The story goes on and on and on, and any one of these stories I'm quite happy to share with you. And it's, of course, one thing to be able to get interest, but you need to be able to translate that interest into actual inquiries. And what you've got here is you've got your questions and inquiries. And this is quite good, really, because it enables me to qualify people and potential clients by response, which is by service type, by the genre, but also in terms of the budgets as well. And that's really quite good. I did dabble in originally booking forms as well, to be able to book up photo shoots, what have you, but what I found was that it was really not worth the bother. It was much easier just to phone people and find out what they need. So that's my first page, and you can see that it gets to the point fairly quickly. On the subject of genre, in terms of the photographs types that I take, I really do get involved in photography and video services. And you can see here I do anything from videos and photography of weddings, portraiture, events, location, nature, and also content for the various channels that I've mentioned before. And just as a matter of interest here, here's some more examples of my Instagram feed, really just to be able to generate leads. So the actual genres are one thing, but it really does need to link into various pieces of work that I do. And I just want to focus on the weddings piece here. That you can see here's a wedding that I did up in Scotland with folks in their kilts, what have you. And this is just an example of some of the photographs, examples of wedding videos that I can put in. It's really a good just to be able to show people what I do, how I do it, and what they can expect in terms of some of the services that I provide as well. And this has been good because it has generated not just photography wedding work for me, but wedding and photography works. And you can see here that I've got a number of wedding sites, the wedding assignments that I've been involved in, of all different types and all different ages, and all different budgets as well. And it's one thing to be able to do the weddings, but it's quite another to actually light shape and capture the moment in a way that's robust, and that people are going to get quality work, and that they're going to get a good product in the end of the day. And that's all that this here does. Again, wedding and day inquiry form, much the same as you've seen it before. So it's a variation on a theme. And I would suggest that any website that you might have would look at tailored inquiry forms for the various services that you've got, if this is the way that you want to go. So that's weddings. Again, just to show the interrelated nature of the wedding site, you can see here now this is Matthew and Jessie's wedding. Wedding of video of the ceremony, video of the actual speeches, rehearsal photography. I'm quite happy to come along and do that kind of work as well. And of course wedding day photography throughout the whole day, including the celebrations and outtakes and everything that really does make a piece of wedding work worthwhile from my client's perspective, because weddings are fantastic and all sorts of drama happens, and I see it as my job to record that. Just another one in terms of genre. Let's have a look at events. I do a lot of events for folks, and you can see here that this was just a snooker event that I attended down in London. This is actually over in Las Vegas, where I did some work with some salespeople and giving out various presentations, what have you. And you can see the scope, the size, the scale of these events, various fundraising activities that I've gotten involved in. It just shows the tapestry of the kind of work that I get involved in, including of course sports work, exhibitions. So I think you can get the gist really of what I'm doing here, that the content is on this website is actually really perhaps too much, but as I say, it's not just a business website for me, it's also a personal one as well. It does what I want it to do in terms of showing off everything that I do, and it's great for the family sharing my work as well. So not just family, but obviously friends on Facebook and everything as well. It's a receptacle for all things photography that I do. And my Instagram page, clearly I post Instagram work, people go on to Instagram, they like it. There's the the actual links into my website, and you can see here again different types of work that I do, all the way through from landscape work, composite work. Here's a nice composite of a Dakota here. Let's see if we can shrink this back in again. It's gone a bit skew with, but that doesn't matter. In fact, it does matter because it looks a bit sort of silly, but I'll shrink that down. And there we go, back into the web pages again. So quite nice. Instagram, I would, if you are involved in product sales and you do Instagram, Facebook, I would suggest that you go down this route as well. It's a plugin that we can put in, doesn't cost very much, and I believe it's well worth the money. Coaching in terms of video and photography, then yeah, I do that, and it's not that I get that many coaching jobs, but it's there. It's all about building credibility. It's showing that I know what I'm about. It's all state of the art design layouts, etc., that I use. and the contact page, again, nothing terribly surprising there, other than thanking for visiting the website, getting more question and answers, back on to follow on Instagram, etc. So you can see there's quite a bit of repetition, but nevertheless, people navigate through a website in different kind of ways, so repetition isn't always a bad thing. So I mentioned about websites at the top of this actual video, and here we got website services, and the website services want to get online and be seen. This is what I do, web design and content, and you see here quite a nicely laid out website layout that's quite modern, it's contemporary. And here what we do is we do different types of websites, all the way from appointment websites, e-commerce, internet broadcasting, or a combination of all these things. Indeed, I've done website that includes membership, appointments, and e-learning. So it all boils down to what the client's looking for, what his options are and what his budgets are, whether it's a single page website, a foundation website really just to promote the business, an e-commerce, or whether it's really all sorts of clever things like not just e-commerce but CRM, stock control, online purchasing. The world's your oyster really in terms of what we can do, and it's my job here really to not just understand what you're looking for in terms of your functional requirements about a website, but your budget, the kind of content that you're looking to do, and how I can help you with that in terms of the photography and video work that I do. Of course, it's one thing to be able to have a website, but you do need the hosting and support, and I can offer that as a package as part of the website design and support activities. Case studies, all the way through from lead generation, a portfolio website, photography website, which is this one, education, a church website, internet broadcasting. It goes on, and clearly it's really nice then to be able to link into the various websites and to be able to give information then about each website in more detail. And if we pick on this one here, this is a foundational website, Making Good Better Community Services. It's a portfolio that outlines what they do. It's a fundraising website, so we need payment gateways in there. And what we do is we just give an overview of the various sites. And this is just exactly the same as what I'm doing with my website just at the moment. It gives a demonstration of the actual website and why it was put together. And the story goes on in terms of the services provided, the outcomes that were got, the customer rating, in this case obviously 5 stars, some client feedback. So it gives the website visitor a really good view, not just in terms of what I do, how I do it. It gives an overview that I've got a fair number of websites under my belt now, and not only that, of course, but I can actually do work for them as well. So I think that has to be quite good. Bletchley Tires and Services, this is a business one, and again, portfolio support, hosting, SSL, security, you name it. This business was very good in terms of the design, because it was all about selling cars, it was all about promoting services and getting people to phone through to Steve, who we see here, to actually do some business for the clients. So it was very profitable, very useful website for Steve, and I was very grateful for his business. That's where we're at. David P. Stewart Photography. And if you've got any questions or any more information about the website, I'm quite happy to do that. And as you would expect, then I've got blogs. Here's one of my own ones, an Easter Murmuration. This was some work that I did over in Norfolk just for pleasure, looking at the coastal seabirds flying into the oncoming tides. It was really good fun, but I'll leave you to have a look at that kind of work at your own leisure. It's fantastic fun, and I think that's it really. What I do is generally really good fun. It's very interesting, and because I can do work through the whole cycle from what are you trying to do as a business through to actually putting up content on websites and social media, I believe that I've got a good proposition, and my website sells that are certainly sets out my stall quite well. So thank you for listening. Give me a call if you need any help or any more information. Thank you. Bye bye now.